Welcome back. It's season 2 of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Stories.
It's your girl A Tati.
And it's Aja Noasia. I can sing.
Thank you, girl.
For real.
So, first things first, as you can see, A Tati is in the building. Adria P is going to be behind the scenes, giving us all the good deeds so that y'all can see some good shit in season 2. And A Tati is going to be here talking shit with us and having a good time.
Herself.
And showing her breasts.
Well, she's off the show.
Well, let's start with the... We'll talk about you being fired after this. Let's go ahead and check in. First of all, let me just start by saying I'm so fucking excited. I had a really good 3 weeks off. Good is a stretch.
Oh.
It was good, but it was very interesting. Things happened because I'm Bree Stories, and things just happened to me.
She always got a story.
I mean, my God. But I'm just very excited to be back, and I'm very happy to have A Tati, and I'm very happy that you're back. We're so excited. So let's check in. I'll check in first. Physically, I feel something in my groin.
She's horny.
Kind of.
It's your clit.
Uh-huh.
It's jumping.
I was like, you didn't like that word.
I didn't like
You like every other sexual word, but clit was like, oh.
No, because I didn't like how she said
It's
it.
your clit.
Yeah,
Like that?
You said clit.
Clit.
Ugh,
I
gross.
didn't say it like
You
that.
remember when rappers, like female rappers back in the day, used to say click?
Yeah, why would they do that?
That's disgusting.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Lick click like me.
shout out to Trina. Anyway, I'm feeling something in my groin area. It's not unpleasant. I know that was a little ambiguous. It's not unpleasant. And emotionally, I feel joy, so much joy, and my attention is currently on season 2 and all of the good things that we have. I can't talk. All the good things that we have going. As you can see, we're on fucking camera. Boom. Y'all asked. We delivered. Y'all want to see us, and here we go.
Oh, and tell them about your sex tape that's dropping soon, also on camera. Tell
Oh.
them. Tell them.
Have you been recording me having sex? I don't have sex. Anyhow, y'all can mind y'all business.
I didn't know she was gonna do it with me.
I didn't mean it.
Y'all can mind y'all
I didn't mean
business. That's crazy.
I didn't mean it. I thought it was
You get bitches. Like, that's good.
I got bitches. Nobody saw that. Spiritually, I feel present. I feel spiritually present.
That's good.
You go now. You check in.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So, checking in.
Checking in. She's checking in.
So, physically, I feel good. I'm a little tired, but that's because I feel like we left early last night. We went out last night. I feel like we left early, but I didn't get home till late. I got home. It was like
2.
I
7.
got home at like 2.
So but I feel like I got set. When did I text you? Like 3 almost?
What, you texted me?
Wow. So if I needed your help, you weren't going to be able to save me.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. But yeah, I texted Bree and told her I made it home safely. She obviously wasn't caring anyway. But yeah, I'm a little tired, but I feel good. I got some things to do today. I'm going to celebrate a birthday.
Ooh. Is it a child's?
No, it's an adult.
Okay.
It's a surprise paint party.
A body paint?
No, paint party. Just, on a canvas.
Okay.
That's fun with like wine.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then just gotta get ready for work. I'm gonna cook something.
Yeah.
Probably make like my famous like Cajun pasta that have all the niggas like raving and shit. Want to wife me up, but I'm still not wifed up. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Anyway. Mentally I feel good. I'm in a better place than I was before, definitely. As far as mental and emotional go. I'm happy, I'm upbeat, I'm just grateful and thankful. I've really been, like, the universe and God been really looking out for your girl lately, and I fuck with the universe and God. Yes. But, and spiritually, just like I said, I'm appreciative. Everything that I've been, putting out has been coming back to me in a good way, so.
Yes.
I'm happy with that, you know. Oh, we did an experiment at my new job. We were doing like training that was talking about like where you are on the scale of life. And it was like,
I like that.
You had to like, it was like a target. You had to put like where you are in like relationship, personal, educational, work, like stuff like that. We should do that.
Actually, I love that.
Let's do that here.
Yeah,
we can do that. But I did that, and now I was like, I feel good as far as personal goals, but I really want to I really want to have my nigga, because like on my target, I was like close to the center. I was like, but when I get my nigga, my whole like little piece of my pie gonna be like filled in. So that's what I'm really working on, is getting a nigga and being laid up with my nigga.
That's what I'm really working on.
Everything else I feel is going great in my life, and I just need my nigga. Like, I feel complete without one, but I just be wanting a little shorty or whatever.
Yeah.
Lay up with and
you
shit.
Want a big shorty.
Oh, I do want a big shorty with a big
B-O-N.
No, I don't want to be on no more.
I thought we did B-O-N.
Yeah. I want him to be big, but not like too big.
Big like tall?
Yeah.
Just big like tall, not a B-O-N.
He can be thick, but not like, I don't know.
I don't want him to be called thick.
I mean like solid.
Like stocky.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I know what you meant.
Manly.
Wow, but that's how I feel.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Tati.
Hey, Tati. Hey, girl.
So, spiritually, I'm feeling great. I think I'm in a good space. I don't have any like conflicting or negative emotions right now. So
that's beautiful.
I think I'm doing good emotionally. Spiritually, I'm kind of feeling the same way. Today was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I woke up on the right side of the bed. I feel like I was ready.
And the sun was out. That had a lot to do with it.
The sun was out and shining.
That's true.
I didn't feel as cold when I walked out the house as I have been the past couple of days. And I feel like I would have like kind of a back to school kind of vibe, because it was back for season 2. So I'm feeling good. Everything is good. What's the other one?
You didn't say how you feel physically.
Physically, I'm good as well.
Is your click jumping like Breeze?
My click is not jumping.
I want to call it a click.
I just feel feelings in my groin area.
I got a little baby on pause. We don't have no.
My baby is never on pause.
But all the time.
Y'all are nuts.
I'm sorry.
But physically, I'm feeling good too. I need to get back in the swing of things of like my workouts or my dieting and stuff. I always like start and I be doing good for a good like 60 days, and then I fall off for a good like
60 days.
200. So I just gotta like get my mind right in that aspect. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good. It's a good day.
I'm so excited to hear that. I just realized that I also am a little hungover. Like, I took some leave, but I should have taken the leave before I went to bed. But I took some leave today, so it's like gone. But every once in a while, I'll turn my head in a certain way, and it'll just pound a little bit.
I've never been hungover, but I've never been drunk either. I've only been tipsy.
That's so crazy to me.
The one time I was ever hungover, like as far as like a headache goes, I didn't even realize that's what it was, because it's never happened to me before. I've never had a headache and been like, oh my gosh, no loud noises, like how they do on TV.
Yeah, oh my God.
So the one time it did happen to me, like I was just walking around all day like, I don't know why my head been hurting all day. It's crazy. And then one of my friends was like, wasn't you out drinking last night? And I was like, yeah. She was like, you're hungover. I was like, really? I was very happy. So my first experience wasn't that bad.
Oh my God. So we don't want Chris Brown to be on Unsung.
We don't.
So first of all, that's one of the things that I did while on our hiatus. I did watch Chris Brown's documentary, and I feel so differently about him.
So you're putting that in the Discovery Zone?
Yeah, that's for the Discovery Zone, I assume.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose. I love when people mouth things to me. I'm not drunk. Look, I'm not drunk. No, yeah, that's good for the Discovery Zone. Oh, also, speaking of the Discovery Zone, if this is your first little teeter-totter into the Way with Words, the podcast world,
welcome.
First of all, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for all of you who are coming back, because y'all fuck with us. Y'all love it. And shout out to you if you're not a podcast person or you've been listening to the podcast and now we have this visual for you. So hopefully this works and you continue to spread the word. But I can fill you in on some of our segments. The Discovery Zone, as Ajano Asia just pointed out, is a place that we like to go to talk about just current events, things that are going on in the media and otherwise. So in the Discovery Zone, I definitely love Chris Brown now. I feel very differently about him because, first of all, it's two things, right? So I'm on a personal journey, and for myself, I'm trying to be better at
accepting people.
Not just accepting people, because I don't not accept people, but I do understand that I have judgments and I have standards about certain things. But I'm starting to learn how to observe without judging, not having I can look at somebody I want to be able to just look at people and not have to label them, not have to have an idea or a thought. Why would you point at Tati and call her?
I wasn't saying about Tati. I was just saying
Aja.
She's starting stuff. Yeah, starting stuff. Because we was cooling on these ends.
Oh, so so you're gonna be on her side, the one who just called you a loser?
She did not call me a loser.
She knew I didn't call her loser, but I am calling you a bitch. Oh, fight me.
I don't fight.
She's scared.
I'm of love.
She's scared. She know where I'm from.
And I'll whoop your ass later.
Harvey World.
That's so dirty. Anyway, like I was saying, my dad has some very interesting stories about Harvey. You should talk. Never mind.
I don't know why.
I can't wait to show him this too, so he can see how much y'all disrespect me.
No, it's not about disrespect. It's about admiring a fine black man who just looks great.
Thank you. Yeah,
I mean, he's a nice looking black man.
Okay, with my
I ain't saying I want to take your daddy down behind McDonald's. Who are you taking?
Do you take people down behind McDonald's? That's something you do. That's where you take all your digs. I got this spot.
My digs?
Your digs.
Oh, I thought you said all of my digs. I was I actually kind of like that term.
Remember Honey Dip? I'm sorry. Y'all are getting very... Anyway, though, disrespect. I'm going to show my mother. She just doesn't want y'all, crying over her daddy.
She said, show your daddy. Not your mom.
Anyway, like I was saying,
she's scared.
This isn't even about my daddy. I just wanted to talk about Chris Brown. And so it's two things. It's A, me trying to do better at not labeling or judging people. Mm-hmm. B, also just getting a different perspective on him as a person and all of the situations that we've only gotten one side of the story about. Even though
I personally don't think I've had any sides of the story. I don't think anybody, I don't feel like Rihanna or even Karrueche have ever talked extensively.
I mean, no, I'm not. Anything. When I say side of the story, I'm not saying their side of the story. I'm just saying what the media gives us, what we learn. What we learned about the situation at large, right? Uh-huh. And so we just get the story, and usually the story is, Chris Brown is crazy. He's an aggressor, and he, all of this stuff. So, right. And I think that he's very. I think that first of all, number one of the things that I loved about the documentary is that they pointed out so much of his talent. He's such a talented person, and they were talking about just the beginning, and just nostalgia, just remembering that moment, and seeing it from his perspective, when he first came out, and I remember what was going on, I remember what was happening when he first came out. So it was just interesting on all across the board, but also just hearing about his home life and his mom, and just a lot of the things that could be crippling to anybody mentally. You know what I'm saying? So it's and people just look at him the boy needs help, and his mom was even saying he's always been very unwilling to go to therapy, which is understandable. A lot of people are unwilling to go to therapy, but it just gave me a good perspective on Chris Brown as a person, and I like him. I enjoy him.
I always have loved him. My email, good. Well, my first email address was Chingy Baby, but we're not going to go there.
Chingy?
I love Chingy.
Right there?
Yeah, right there.
Wow.
But I still do, and I always have loved Chris Brown. I remember when I first saw the Run It video, everything. That was a good time in life. I've seen him in concert 3 times, and I will go back and see him a good 5 or 6 more times. He's just great. He's so talented.
That's funny.
What?
Because you didn't want nobody else to see him?
No, well, she don't. respect my relationship. So
Who?
Tati?
I mean, because I feel like it's very weird and unhealthy when women, if you see somebody like do something like horrible and then be like, yeah, that's what I want. Like, I feel like that's.
I never said like I wanted him to beat me up.
You're into the domestic violence.
It's just like
I'm just supporting my man. Like, I'm a ride or die. I'm gonna rock with you. Like, I'm gonna stick by you. If I see that you have potential, I'm gonna be willing to help you grow through that, and I'm gonna be willing to work through that and change with you. That's why I'm gonna.
You can beat my ass 4 times with 5. It's curtains. It's out of here.
That's what makes me such a good potential girlfriend and wife. So any single guys out there,
she puts out.
She's willing to deal with all of your negative attributes, the stalking, the beating, anything. She's down. She's ride or die. Please hit her line.
No, that's not true. That's not true, guys. Because I don't believe. So like that's basically saying like once a man he cheats once, he's gonna cheat on everybody. That's not the case.
Mm-hmm. No, that's definitely not.
I don't Chris Brown ever hit Karrueche.
How do you know
Karrueche
that?
said she did. Said he did.
She's a liar.
In her the protection order. That was one of the things that she said. She said that like he had hit her before.
Chris,
he was stalking
we can
her.
move past these things. I'm looking to
I
help
don't
you
think
build
he's
a new
like
you.
that with everybody he deals with.
Yeah,
I'll
be great
he's
to royalty.
An intense person when he's in love, and
Yes.
I think that brings because
Well,
like
he'll be
there's
in
plenty
love
of girls that have
with me.
dated
Oh my
him, like Drea. Drea was like, I didn't have to deal with no craziness, but I think it's when he's really in love, like, and he can get intense.
Yeah.
Like that's what he.
You
needs,
gotta
like,
look
his
out for
therapy
that.
and stuff
Story
like that.
time. I dated a guy who y'all know. I'm not gonna say his name, but
Let's go down the list.
wow, the disrespect.
Figure it out.
I create a platform and I put people on it, and I just get disrespected left and right.
Baby, I can get on my own platform,
Right?
baby.
But you don't want to.
Pack it up.
But you don't want to. But you don't want to.
I do.
You don't want to. And I'm gonna be right there, featuring Bree stories. Anyway, story time. Like I said, hey, and make your booty shine. Anyway, so I dated this guy a few years back, and I got to a point where I just was like, I don't know. God fed me a message one night, and I spit.
And said, "This is too intense."
God was just like, you don't want this. Like, you just don't want it. And nothing was wrong. Like, everything was great. I was really, really into him. I thought he was really into me. So we went to breakfast, and I told him, like, I just need some space. I just was like, I just need some space. That's all I said. He lost his mind. Like, went crazy. Like, borderline stalking. Like, it was like a full month of just back-to-back calling. Like, literally, like, I would turn my phone off some days because he just wouldn't stop calling. And then, like, I felt for him because I've been in his shoes. I know how it feels when somebody doesn't want you and you want them really, 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 really bad.
Especially if it's abrupt. Especially if everything was
right.
Smooth
Nothing was. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing
was wrong.
Like,
so of course I felt a lot of like guilt. I felt like oh my God, like I'm hurting him. But at the same time, my nigga, you can't stalk me. Like you can't. And then like I was actually into him, and I really do believe that if that conversation would have been like, hey, I just feel like I need a little time. I need some space. And he would have been like, okay, let me know if you need anything. I'm sorry if I did anything, but, and he would have backed off. I would have been running back in 4 days tops. I would have been like, okay, I'm sorry.
Or if he had been like, all right, remember you said that. and just like didn't talk to
I would have been on
that
his
would have really
dick.
made you rethinking like, wait, no.
Yeah, I would have been on his dick. I
meant.
definitely feel like I would have like ran back if it was one of those two scenarios. But because he lost it, like he went crazy, he would call me crying. He would leave me.
He did
6 minutes.
Opposite of
he would leave me messages that were 6 minutes some days.
Was it like he was playing songs on your voice?
No, he was just crying and like talking to himself. It was like very maniacal. It was kind of like he would just be like, yeah, it was sad.
It's sad. But people have to learn how to deal with.
That's what I'm saying.
People need to learn to deal with rejection
and with emotions. Like you.
Because I've been let down plenty of times, and ain't nobody ever seen me get out of character.
Yeah, no, pretty much. You ain't gonna never see me off my
Yeah, that's true.
You never, like, I'm not saying, like, of course, like, if I'm really in love with you and you hurt me, of course, like, I'm gonna give you emotion or something, but I'm never getting out of
like, it's
character.
not gonna be
I'm not gonna let you think I need you, because I'm fine. I would love for you to be around, but, like, I can live.
Yeah, I think I just attract. I attract those types of people.
I don't know if that's literally what I meant.
Wow.
I just meant, regardless, I know how to accept what people give me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, at the end of the day, no matter how I feel, even if I do feel like I need you, if you're telling me, well, this ain't that, I have no choice but I'm to go home and be like, okay, this is what it is. I'm not about to blow you up every day and be like, no.
Yeah, because that's gonna do the opposite. Like, because like the fact that I know for a fact, damn near, that if he would have just chilled, I would have been like, okay, let's keep doing what we were doing. I loved him. He was perfect.
I love him too.
She's just.
I do not like I want to be with him.
Oh, you have to say it like that.
I mean, I love him too as a person for you. I can't get no fucking respect around here. Go on with your story, baby.
This was like a long, like, story. Like, that had, like, time to, like, build up.
Yes,
like,
it was a
before,
lot.
like, y'all actually started, like, dating. There was a lot that went into that. There was a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
And a lot of, like...
Yeah, that was a real, like
a movie.
She got the guy, like, type of situation. Because I definitely was fucking a little crazy about him.
But what's crazy is you get your guy a lot.
Yeah.
Those situations happen to you a lot. People that you be, like, I have crushes on.
Yeah.
Like, come full circle. Like,
but that be because I be about it. I be like, I'm gonna talk to this nigga, or I'm gonna, like, every time I see him. But then that situation didn't even go that way because he was a dick. He was actually dating somebody when we first met, and he invited me to his house the day that we met. He was
the
like,
crazy guy?
Yeah, the first day we met, because I ran into him on the street.
Like the
very
very
day that we met. He stopped me on the street. He looked me deep into my eyes and was like, "You're so beautiful," and and I was just sitting there, and he is fucking gorgeous.
Yeah,
so
he's nice.
I mean, he.
Let me not say that.
No, girl. Anyway, but he's like, real tall, like beautiful skin, beautiful eyes, beautiful. He's beautiful. He's like, if he was a woman, he would be pretty. Nice. Like, he's very gorgeous. But so I'm just sitting there, like, oh my god, like, what the hell?
She got that tingly feeling.
I did. And then he texted me. I got to class, and he texted me and was like, "So you want to come over tonight?" And I was like, "No." This is abrupt. We just met. And then he wouldn't text me back. Mm-hmm. It was like a week of him just like, because I used to take the same route every day. So I would see him, and he'll be like, "Hey, yeah, I'll text you," and he wouldn't text me, and it was
or he
would, and then
you'd be like, "Hey," and never say nothing.
He was driving me insane. Totally it was driving me crazy. Like, I went nuts for a little bit, and then finally he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "I'm dating this girl. Like, we've been together for like 6 years," and I was like, "What? Like, why are you inviting me to your house?" And I was like, "This guy's a dick. He's a douche." I fucking deleted him out of my phone and all that stuff.
He was down to, like, if you were just gonna be a girl that he could just have sex with real quick and cheat on his girlfriend. But he wasn't down all the time. But he wasn't down with, like, a legit affair. Like, once he noticed that you weren't going to just come to his crib and he was gonna have to actually date you, he was like, "Oh, I can't date her. I gotta go over."
Yeah, he ended up having to tell me.
He had limits.
He ended up having to tell me, like, "Well, I got this girl that I live with,
and we gotta handle this from jump."
They
but
live
not
together.
Not you wanted a date.
Yeah.
So where was she at while he was inviting you over?
He probably didn't. No, she didn't know. Because then a year later, he ended up meeting some other. So all of this crazy shit happened. Like, because I stopped talking to him completely. I just deleted him, and I didn't see him after that. Or
look how you erase people out of your life, and then the universe just knows. Like, I'm not even gonna put him in your line. Like,
yeah. Ugh. I mean, it was just that. It was just that time because I would still see him sometimes. Me and Tati used to run into him sometimes, and he would still be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful." He was just a fucking poet. It drove me nuts. But anyway, no, him and I talk all the time. Actually, we're good friends. Cut it out. No, but during that year, he ended up like falling madly in love with some random girl, like, because he went to this retreat and they were camping, some crazy shit. He does really interesting things. And he met this girl,
black guy,
fell in love with her.
White. And he half white too?
He's not half white.
Oh, I thought somebody in his crib was white.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
His dad appears to be maybe halfway, but I don't know. They black. But he met this girl, fell madly in love with her at camp, came home and told his girlfriend.
That sounds hilarious. That sounds
He came
hilarious.
back and was like, okay, I'm gonna have to also, he's 30. So he came home and told his girlfriend, like, I'm breaking up with you, and he moved in with the girl. They moved in together, and she cheated on him the whole time, and he was like losing his mind. And one night, she had a friend, a guy friend, and she called him one night and was like, hey, so I'm just going to stay with whoever the dude was. Hey, I'm just going to stay with my friend. We're going to go out. And I almost said his name.
Ooh.
He was like, what the fuck? So he lost it. He was pissed. He invited a bunch of bitches to their house. And he was like, doing drugs and just drinking and all this stuff. And then he went into skateboard, and he used to do like parkour type shit. And he jumped off of something and he broke his leg, or he tore his ACL. Then he fucking moved out. So he said that was like his awakening. Like, I need to get the fuck away from this girl. Like, she's driving me to do crazy shit. So then he moved, and then he called me randomly.
Well, you just said parkour. I thought it was
Parkour. I love parkour. My little brother likes parkour. But yeah, so then a year later, he gets back in touch with me, and everything was great. I was so happy. Mm-hmm. And then I fucked it up. I didn't fuck it up.
But now that you said all of that, it makes sense that he just wanted that validation to know, like, what the problem, like, that's why that makes sense. So now I feel like it is all your fault.
No, there's no blame here. There's no blame here at the Way With Words podcast. So yeah, that was a nice little story time. Do we have anything else for the Discovery Zone? Oh, I know, for Discovery Zone.
Okay.
Cardi B.
Yeah, she got married.
I'm like, what you think about her?
This is going so fast.
There are a couple things that has happened to her. So I'm like,
I don't know. I haven't been on social media, so I haven't seen or heard anything. But last night at the party, somebody was like, "Oh, video of Cardi B getting proposed to on stage." Right. Mm-hmm. That was pretty tight, right? Like, guys,
right?
What's your dream proposal, Asia?
Don't get me started.
Yes,
I don't know if I have a dream proposal. Maybe just like, I did see this really beautiful.
You gotta tell us so we can tell him.
Proposal. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all what a gift I want in my next relationship off camera. But
it's dick.
I will get that gift all the time. But I did see a really beautiful proposal. This guy was like dating his girl. They had been together for like all through college and stuff, and a little bit after. And he, that wasn't it. He brought her to like his family's house because she didn't have any family. And he like just set her down, and he just was like, when we started this. No.
I really thought you were gonna say something along those lines. Like, you want to be a part of this family?
No, but he just like laid everything out on the line. It was just really beautiful, and I could just.
It was beautiful because of his words.
Yeah, and just the way he did it, just like bring it. Like I really like the idea of kind of like getting everyone's permission, not necessarily getting everyone's permission, but know that your love is accepted.
Yes,
from the family and stuff like that. So. I like that, but I don't have a big family, so it would just be my mom, my dog, my grandma, my brother,
and us. What about us? We can't come.
Yeah, of course, y'all too.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a real invite. So
no. Of course, my friends are like my family for real. So because I don't have a big family, but
my brother's like my brother, like my mother's kids. Like Jay-Z said.
So something simple like that. And then I want a really small wedding with a big reception.
Baby. So my dream proposal is, it's not really anything like fantastic actually.
She's
like,
sluggish, so
I would like for the guy to ask for my dad's permission. Just because I think it's cute. Like, it's like, I don't feel like that's something needed, but I like the idea.
Because if your daddy say hell no, then what?
And I love him, we still get married.
I know.
But I like the idea of just knowing that he even cared or thought about things that much to ask for permission. So I just like the thought process that would have to go behind that for him to ask. And then I don't want anybody there. Like, I want it to be like, I really want it to be random. Like, I want us to be like, in the car, like maybe driving to dinner to like meet up with like my family and stuff, and then him being like,
but the family already knows.
They don't even gotta know.
Oh, okay.
Like just on our way to like a family dinner or something.
Okay.
And maybe him just being like,
so it's a Sunday.
like, babe, like grab me that like my gloves or whatever out the like glove compartment, and I open it, and it's just like a box, like the ring boxes in there. Like I want it to be very random, very unexpected, but simple. I want it to be like just me and him, and then like we walk through the door and be like, he proposed to me, and that.
Yeah.
And I do want a very small wedding. I would actually like to have a destination wedding where like we just me, him, and maybe like 10 people go get married, and then when I fly back home, have a big reception.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
I like how anybody that's listening and interested.
She's celibate. She's not putting out. So don't think about that.
Marry me, and then you can have it all. Okay.
I would actually wouldn't mind like a courthouse wedding either. Like just going to the courthouse with like the people who matter the most. What? I'm serious.
No, I think Michael knows what I was just thinking about. Our last courthouse.
Sex in the City?
No.
That's what I thought.
No. Thought about our last time in Vegas.
Oh, when my best friend got married.
That was a day.
But we didn't even actually see it.
No.
Because we were...
Well, we
had to leave.
I had to
come back.
I had to stand in line,
right?
But I didn't like.
I'm just saying,
it was more of a process.
Was for me to like be there and see it, and then we ended up having to leave and come back, and we didn't make the move back, so I didn't even see it.
It was funny,
but I was there in spirit, y'all.
Hell yeah, we were. Anyway,
hell yeah.
Second place, hell yeah. That's my favorite thing. I think that's like a good way to look at life.
If you don't come in first,
like you're not always gonna be
not with your man.
You gotta.
Somebody was like,
he was like, I'm dating this other bitch.
And she was like, second place. Like dating that had to be somebody that was dating like a celebrity, like somebody was dating Drake or something, and was telling her friends like, "The fuck, second place."
I'm two.
I'm number two in Drake's life.
Talk about when that bitch is
and
sleep,
you think I'm gonna complain?
It's go time for me. When she not answering her phone because she's busy, it's lit.
Like, and Sister already let me know that that's what everybody's doing anyway.
That's
so
what's up.
Why would I complain?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that if it's that open. If somebody was like, look,
I mind it.
It's hella bitches right now. It's hella bitches that want me. And I don't mind anything, I don't think, if as long as it's wrapped in honesty, in absolute honesty. Because then I can't do nothing but say yes or no. Because I could be with it at first, and I could be so enthralled in just the honesty of it all. But then I got every right next week to be like, actually, no. Like, but I really appreciate your candor.
Because, see, the problem with that is men still be like, you're going to be second place, but you can't talk to nobody else. So even when I'm out doing
that's why that conversation has to be open-ended. Because that's the conversation for me.
You know, I know I
couldn't
couldn't
be.
Because I don't like to share my food. So I know I ain't sharing my man.
You sure didn't want to give me no fries.
And I asked you before I left. I said, Tati, do you want anything?
I didn't want anything enough.
So that was it. You said no. I mean,
this is my sister, my friend, my coworker. How long we been down? And I'm thinking like I'm gonna get a fry.
We were kidding.
Exactly. We're bonded on many levels. Many levels. Even though this is a story time for another time, but Aja did not like me.
Oh my God, this is such a lie.
In fifth grade, she did not like me. She was real saucy, real sassy with it. So
okay, we getting crazy. Okay, so that's Discovery Zone. Cardi B is proposed to or whatever. That's what's up. We got anything for the Petty Parlor? For those of you who don't know what the Petty Parlor is, it's very similar to the Discovery Zone. It's a nice little place that we like to go. So for a visual picture, it's 1998, and your mama is going to get that rat. What those girls?
My mama was bald headed in '98. She didn't have she couldn't get a rat.
Well, you know when your mamas used to go to the salon and they talk cash shit. They just talk about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
My mama's not that kind of lady.
Whatever.
Whatever. But that's the visual for a Petty Parlor. Petty Parlor is like the Discovery Zone, but it's all the petty shit. Because you know, sometimes you just got to get your judgments out. Even though I'm trying to stop doing that, so I'm not gonna participate too much. Because what you put out, you get back. But we all a little petty.
Yeah, sure.
So we don't have anything for the Petty Parlor, and that's great. What we won't do is silence up in here.
I'm trying to think of something.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking like
It's okay if it ain't prepared. It ain't. It's it.
I want to think of something.
No. We come to the table ready. So
Bree being real petty.
Nah,
She being real petty. Because she noticed the first day of school, everybody's not always like, on
Yeah,
their
we
P's
get
and
And
Q's.
here's your
Yeah.
syllabus, and you come prepared. Like I give you the
Baby,
syllabus.
I was teaching me shit.
I give you the
syllabus.
syllabus. You bring your notebook. You can't come
You don't
empty-handed.
have a syllabus.
Okay, look.
She
So
lying.
First of all, she ain't taught me shit, so
whatever. I
I
teach this bitch everything that she knows, and her man can thank me for that when she get one.
I'm supposed to say, I don't got one, so you obviously ain't teaching good enough.
That ain't my fault that you're not implementing what I taught you well.
Baby, I am.
What did you teach her?
I taught her. I taught my friend Melanie how to suck dick for real with a champagne bottle.
Is my name Melanie?
Nope.
Well, champagne bottle?
I mean, never mind.
Your name
I
was
don't-
Goofy.
How far down did you teach her to go on the champagne bottle? That's a big shaft.
That's for me to know, and for her to
For
show,
you guys to find
and for
out.
her to show her man. Anyway,
And she
no,
married?
because she married as fuck. See,
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
take it from me.
And she been
Okay,
with
well,
them
I went
forever. They were together for a long
I'll
ass
teach her.
time before they
I
even
gotta
got
stop
married,
talking like
so.
this. I told my dad that I would find an episode that I'm comfortable with him listening to, and
Not
this
this
never,
one.
it's never gonna happen now.
We could do a
I
gospel
respect
episode.
No, we can't. My father would not be
First of
comfortable
all,
with that either.
I
My father would be like,
I
"Oh,
won't be comfortable.
my father would be like, oh, y'all tripping. I'm gonna come back next week." He would not be with
We
that
can
at
have
all.
a spiritual.
Yeah, all the time. Every episode is a spiritual
Right, so
episode. So anyway, okay, so I want us to talk a little bit about our 3-week hiatus. Crazy shit be happening to me, but that's because
To me.
to you too.
No, I just like the way you said it. To me.
Thanks. So would anybody like to reflect on their 3 weeks off? Excuse me.
I started a new job.
Yes!
Which I actually really enjoy. Y'all know I like kids. I love working with kids. I love being around kids.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I really enjoyed my time off. It was a great time to regroup and just readjust my focus and everything.
Yeah.
And just zen it out and come back fresh. Not walking into anything new with not ill intentions, but a bad attitude, negative energy.
Yes.
And
Very
it just
important.
felt good, and happy to be here with my best bitches, and our producer bitch, and
We will not
vibe bitch, and
Yeah.
everybody, all the bitches, and I just love it. Oh, and I got a new phone, and I'm getting an Apple Watch. I sound like a little kid.
And I'm getting an Apple.
And I'm getting an Apple Watch in the mail in a few weeks.
Is that the 80?
Huh?
Is that the iPhone 8?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Nice. Very
The
nice.
10, I have had the bigger screen ever since the pluses started happening.
Yeah, so that's the 8 Plus.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I was gonna get the 10, but it's smaller than the pluses.
We don't like no little.
Yeah, and I just don't want a small screen, so.
We don't like
do you feel like there's a difference in the 8 and the 7? Like, what's the biggest difference? Like, what's happened? What's better?
I didn't have a 7. I had a 6. So
so she
the
don't know
camera's
shit.
better.
I'm gonna look at it after. I want to hold your camera up to my camera so I can see.
Okay, my front face camera is on, the back camera.
I'm gonna take some pictures with your phone before you leave.
I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna, because I lease my phone, so I'm trying to decide.
That-
if
That's
I'm
the
gonna,
only way to do it now, which is so stupid. You can't do
I'm
the
trying to
$200
see.
buyout thing anymore.
Well, I like it. I like it this way because I can upgrade whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
But it's just I just have to decide: am I gonna pay more so I can still keep my phone,
Right.
or am I gonna pay? Because I can pay $50 right now and get the 8. But if I want to keep my phone, I need to pay $120 and then get the 8. So I'm just trying to decide which
you lit.
which one.
I gotta get to that level. I gotta pay a few more bills first. I need a new phone so bad. I cracked the fuck out of my screen. Anyway,
That's what I'm probably gonna do.
tell us about your 3 weeks.
Tati.
I'm getting a little tipsy.
But my 3 weeks was decent. Ooh, for these 3 weeks, I think
You dated?
She don't want that business in the street.
Oh, we ain't talk about you dating. We gotta keep you posted. We gotta stay posted on Aja Noage's antics with her dates.
Okay. I mean, really, these 3 weeks. I don't know as you guys know, but I'm a mommy, so really
So annoying.
I didn't know.
So really, I spent these 3 weeks, I think, getting in the holiday spirit for my 2-year-old. You know, I start things early. Like I have to really do things gradually. So I've been like starting to buy things for Christmas. That's good. Put things on layaway, figure out what I'm doing for who, getting my lists and stuff ready. And that's really it. Like looking into since I'm taking a bigger role with Where's the Podcast, getting my mind right for that, getting this blog ready for y'all. Because you know, as y'all know, I do the blog for yaymash.com. So getting ready for that too, to give y'all more content. Getting ready to start teaching. Getting prepared for that.
Yay.
So that's about it. Just getting things. I feel like I'm just really getting things in order for this new year.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to make sure that when 2018 rolls around, because 2017 was kind of rough.
It's interesting.
So I just want to make sure this last like 2 months or so that I'm getting everything in a line.
Yeah.
So come January 1st, I'm just going.
You gonna pop out the bed like
Put my swag on.
I don't do that type of stuff. I wake up like, good morning, Cassie. That's what I do.
Did she say somebody mommy?
She do.
Oh, that's sweet. My 3 weeks have been so interesting.
No, you're not. You want to start, babies.
Okay. So my 3 weeks were real interesting. So I set out on this hiatus to be off of social media and to just be like out of the line of sight so that I can start to figure out what it is that I want to be focused on and who I want to be and what I want to bring to season 2. That's how it started, right? So I was like, boom.
Don't do that sound effect.
So I'm like, boom, clack, skadoosh. So I'm in there. So I'm in there doing it, you know, going to work, trying to get my morning routines up. I've realized that my morning routine is super important for all the things. Just my entire day is just it's not to its full potential if I don't do my morning routine. And I have to just accept that. And I just got to be willing to stick to these good habits that I'm picking up, but also understand that if I don't, like, that's what you have to thank for it if you end up not having your best day or whatever. So I just have been keeping that in mind. Reading a lot. I read 2 books. Now I'm reading a 3rd. Just trying to just get my mind right. I'm getting my book ready. I wrote 3 more pieces for my book. All of that is fine and dandy and cool. But then I went to the Slammer. That was interesting.
She likes this part of her story.
No, it's wild. It's really OC. I got arrested. I'm not even going to tell the whole story yet because I want the whole thing to be to a close before I talk about it because I just don't want to keep manifesting
she
no more
shit.
shit.
Like, I can't talk about my case because it's still open.
Hey, my case is still open. But no, so that was interesting. And then just having some interesting... I guess like dating type stuff because now I'm single again, and I love that song.
That's
such a good song.
The Drought 3 Great Mixtapes.
Okay, yeah, that was No Ceilings.
Yeah.
So it's just been an interesting time, really. Lots of things have occurred, but one thing that I've learned and that I'm very excited about the fact that I know and that I'm implementing is that, like, I think I used to have this perception of positivity, like, kind of, I don't want to say wrong, but just like a little like, it was like, it was pretty unrealistic. Like, I felt like all I had to do was be positive and everything was just going to be positive. And that's not what it is. It's really that you have to just be dedicated to being positive because shit is going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
And you have to be like, so one of the things that I was just, and I'm really, really proud because things have happened, but I've been able to like catch myself in a moment and understand like I have to react to this positively or I'm going to continue to attract negative things out like through this situation. So I've been really good at just being intentional in that and just like rolling with the punches and just like, you know, just trying to remain positive through all the bullshit that occurs. And yeah, so that's been interesting, and I've gotten like sad. Right before we went on a hiatus, I was kind of like in a little bit of a depressed state. I was dealing with some heavy anxiety that I hadn't dealt with since like high school. So that was strange. So I'm very glad to be out of that, but it's just like transitioning and understanding that those emotions are still there, but there are just different and better ways to handle and deal with those. So that's pretty much where I am at the close of this hiatus. And I just feel good about that.
Well, that's beautiful.
Thank you for ordering us more drinks.
That's
not what I said. I also feel like your anxiety was just contributing to the fact that we had our event coming up and you just wanted to perform, you know?
Yeah. Which was amazing.
Yeah. Everybody
that came out. It was amazing.
It really, I was overwhelmed with the turnout and with just, I don't know.
Really nice.
The appreciation.
It was love. Yeah, it was filled with love.
I was really proud of us, like, as a team.
Yeah.
Like, once because before everybody actually got there, we had just, like, set everything up. And I was looking at everything. I was like, we really can, like, come together and, like, pull some really nice, like, shit off.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yes.
It was really nice. It was really cute. I feel like everybody contributed and played their part. Like, it was just a really nice event.
It was. I'm very happy and proud about that. I'm very excited. I'm going to do, at the end of the year, I think I'm going to do it, like, December 30th. Oh,
another party.
GP's birthday. No, not a party. I'm going to do, like, all of my top moments, like, my favorite moments of the year. And so I've been, like, thinking about that and, like, trying to get that mentally in order.
I do that on Snapchat.
So I'm not going to post any pictures of the event yet. From the event. But when I do start posting again.
From the 1 year event?
Yeah, because I want that to be like its own thing as far as my favorite moments from this year. Including my costume last night. That's going to be one of my favorite moments too.
Did you get a picture of it? I want to see it. I don't remember.
I texted our friend to have him send it to me. Hopefully my breasts aren't extremely exposed, but I mean that's how I left the house. So no, I really am into that. It's like it's interesting because I'm starting to see dudes. So that's like a trend now, like having your nipples and your whole breast exposed. But it's interesting seeing like dudes react to that, like on social media. Like dudes will be like, they think that it's like slutty or like I wouldn't let my girl or I wouldn't like it if like, they don't like it.
Do dudes react differently to you like in person? Like when you walk in,
first of all, like, hey, their breasts.
Like nobody's ever like,
why are your titties? And that's
not
never
even
happened.
Like why are your titties out, but just anybody, you don't ever notice anybody like staring more?
Absolutely. I talked to, I'm not going to say his name, but that's our friend. But I was talking to him last night, and I was, like, drunk, so I feel like I was just, like, babbling. But at some point, I just remember his face, like, he'll, like, look up at me, and then he'll just start looking down again, and then he'll look up at me, and then he'll start looking down, and I'll just be like, and I was just like, I mean, Brianna, your breasts are out. Like, I wasn't going to be like, eyes up here, buddy. Like, my full areola were out. So.
Like, you missed nipple watching time. Nipple watching time is probably an 8. It's over now.
He told me I had great New York boobs.
New York?
From Chappelle's show.
I don't know.
It's okay. But yeah, so I just like that. I've always been a very, like, I always think about, not a nudist, I always think about how I used to act in high school, because I really want to take some time to reflect on that. Not to, like, shame it or anything, but, like, just to, like, think about it, because I used to be very strange. Like, I used to really like the idea of shocking people. Like
I love to see people's reactions. That's like my favorite type of thing.
I think that's what I was all
crazy
about.
Stuff to my mama and my grandma, just like
right. I do that all. I'm still like that. Like I'm still like that. Like I say stuff like that I know is wild. Like I don't know, but it used to be like a little because when you're an adolescent, your brain isn't really functioning to like the whys and the hows.
Like this till I got older. My mom was always like...
I said, well, that's a shame.
She said, well,
you need some help.
My mama is always like, you just saying this to work me out. When I say something crazy and then I'll be like,
No, I used to just like the idea. First of all, I used to love the idea of just being different. I used to just love like doing and saying things that nobody else would be willing to do or say. And I used to just like shocking people and like being risky and like, I don't know. I used to just like it. I used to I had these earrings that were handcuffs, and I just remember, like, in my mind being like, people are going to think I get handcuffed during sex. Like, I used to, like, think that.
Why would that be where their
I was psychotic.
Stuff like that.
I was
like, I'm not a creep.
I was a little psycho. I was a little weird. So that's how I still am. Like, when I wear my breasts out, I really enjoy seeing people react to that. And it's always like, oh, okay. Girls just were like, oh. Well, hey.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with women not being secure in themselves. So they're like, wow, like she's embracing like her
titties,
naked body out.
I love my naked body.
It's just, because I don't like. I feel like it's just a shocking thing. Period.
Yeah.
Because it's just not. It's not the norm. So like, it's not like everybody in there. So if it was just one person with their nipples out, it is like because at first too, the color of it and everything, it wasn't like. Pow.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of
it wasn't like bare.
Yeah, like it was like nude color, so it all kind of blended in.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things too where like you might not even notice that at first.
Right.
And so it's like as you're talking to you or somebody looking over at you would be like, wait, like she don't have no bra on, or that's not like a nude color thing.
Right.
Like that's her actual titty. So I think it's just like
it was a great time.
I like this.
Well, Sam, I think that we should. So first of all, I wanted us to talk about like our ending segments. Like our ending segments, I think are really, really special and stop. Like they're beautiful and they're special. But I want them to. We talked about this a lot last season about how we want them to always be authentic. Like we don't want to feel like we gotta make something up, like just to to fill a space for that. But I do just want people to understand that those are very important. Because just like as a philosophy, just like as like a lifestyle. So first of all, Praise is Due is just I was gonna say it's my favorite. It's not my favorite, but Praise is Due is good because we have to learn how to appreciate people, and I feel like when we get so caught up in like, especially in, I was about to say the line of work we do. I guess I could say that in this industry of, talking about the media and talking about things that are, just shit that's happening all the time. I think we get caught up in like, A, the media, but B, like our judgments and our opinions and like all that stuff. And it's like people kind of get in the limelight of that and we got to focus on that and we got to talk a certain way about it. And it's like awkward. It's weird. But like Praise is Due, I think that we need to make that a regular habit day to day. Like you should just be looking for things that you could say like, wow, thank you. Or like, that was great. Like, you should be looking for that type of stuff because then you start to generate that type of appreciation in your own life. And you start to generate good things in your own life by noticing and giving love in that way. So Praise is Due is a segment that we do when we are just want to give praise to someone for something that they've done. And it could be anybody. We've done it in the past to Chance the Rapper.
I feel like it was nothing but vodka there. It still feels like that. Kenny, what are you doing to us?
You're being drugged? Is it Molly water?
He always gets vodka.
It's Molly, but he said it's Molly water. Anyway, so that was what I was trying to say. As you can see here at the Way Before the podcast, I get disrupted all the time. Anyway, do you have a praises due while we're on the subject?
Yes.
Yes.
Praises due to Gucci and Keisha. How do you say her last name? Kayor?
I think it's Kayor.
Keisha Kayor.
I could be
only
lying.
because I really had no interest in them. I don't feel like as a whole until I saw her on The Breakfast Club, and I was watching her and like I think like listening to her actually talk about like the time Gucci spent in jail and then like her decisions to like stay with him and how they worked it out, and like I feel like I really grasped like people's excitement for them because I was like she legit loves like this man. Like they really created like a bond. Like I just love how they handled his time spent away, and just I like how she really changed him and motivated him. So just praises due to them. I'm just happy that they're married. I'm really happy for them. Why did you laugh? Anyway, anyways, aside from praises due to Gucci and Keisha, praises due, this is a local praises due to the nice young man that helped me with my car last Wednesday because unfortunately my baby stopped running on me randomly, and this nice young man sat outside with me for like 3 hours to figure it out. And praises due because after talking to one of my other male friends, he let me know that that's not that he wouldn't necessarily be down for that. So shout out to the kid.
That's nice, Tati. My praises due is to myself because I had to stop myself from slapping Bree stories several times during this episode.
It's so crazy. It's just, you know, I'm a being of love, and I offer myself to y'all, and I just get disrespected day in and day out. I take and take and take. I take. Put up with it. Anyway, we forgot to do knock it the fuck off. Knock it the fuck off is very important before we start the positive shit, because here's the thing. I am all about positivity. I stand by it. I think that it's great, but my philosophy is sometimes you gotta wean it out. If you gotta wean out the bullshit so that you can make room and some clarity for all the good shit, for the things that you want. So announce it one time, get it off your chest, and then that's it. So do we have any knock it the fuck offs?
I had to knock it the fuck off to Neo,
the singer and songwriter Neo.
Yeah, and the clown.
Singer, songwriter, clown Neo.
Because him and his wife are expecting
a baby. Okay.
And I just feel like it's really wild
because
a human.
Okay.
What? I don't understand that question.
What do you mean? It could be a human. It could be a boy. It could be a girl. Is it in her? Are they adopting? It's inside of her. Okay. It's a human baby that's in her body.
So they're expecting a child, but before they got to before they were married, he told her he didn't want to have any more children, and I think he told her to get her tubes tied. And they went on a break. He went out and had like 2 kids by another woman or something, or a
before
child.
They were married? Wait, how many kids does he have?
I think 3 or 4.
Because he has like 2 with Monyetta Shaw, and then he just had 2 on the other girl, and now he's having 1 with her.
And so I don't know if it's 1 or 2 that he has with the other woman, but my whole thing is you just love this woman so much. You told her you didn't want to have children, but you went out and had it with a stripper hoe. Ooh. And then you come back and you get her, like, your Crystal pregnant. Like, it's just, you're a clown. Like, you're just doing too much. And I feel like she probably really because they both agreed to not have children, if I'm not mistaken. So I feel like a lot of times when women do that, I feel like they feel as though they have to now compete to, for making what was lacking. Like, I can give him a baby too type of thing. Because,
that's so crazy.
Yeah, and I just feel like you're a clown. Like, I'm sick of men putting women in
kind of a clown too, though.
Right? Yeah,
because why would you lay up and get pregnant by this man?
Well, I mean, that's his wife now, though, but
thank God.
If we're together and then we broke up because we were having issues on the fact that you don't want to have kids and I do. So we took a break. And during that break,
I don't know if that was why they had a break. I don't know if that was why.
Because that's why.
Yeah. I think
during the break, you come back like, okay, no more after that one. Like, I just had another one.
Yeah, because I would be offended because you're not saying that you don't want kids. You saying you don't want my kids. And why the fuck are you with me then?
But then even if you really don't want kids, if you feel that strongly to tell me, the woman you want to marry, but you didn't feel strongly enough to strap up with like some random chick you just had sex with, like,
right? Oh,
the logic is a miss
for his past. I don't even know what's happening.
I also want to just knock the fuck off to men. Y'all just.
Ooh. In general,
because y'all are just so sensitive, and I just
so sensitive.
I told somebody the other day, I said, I can't speak for women, but I can speak for men when I said that y'all are dumb, y'all are fucking idiots. Like, it's crazy.
But men say that too. So.
Y'all are crazy.
No, men are so sensitive. Like, I feel like women are more emotional, but men are way, 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 way more sensitive. Like, a woman will get her heart broken and be like, okay, I'm okay, but I'll start over again looking for Mr. Right in the next few months. A man will get his heart broken. One time he was 8 years old and he just fucked over.
Let me tell you, literally, one of my closest friends that's a male, his only experience with heartbreak happened when he was in 8th grade. And to this day, if he does reflect on anything about being hurt or anything, he reflects back to like, yeah, because I remember that time I told you about. Like,
that's to me. Like,
and it's serious. Like, he remembers that feeling and has stuck with it. Like, she needed a drink. She said, that's just crazy.
Well, let's restore his drink.
Oh, okay.
I am going to refill mine. But no, men are just so sensitive. And, you know, and it's like you just have to give them a bit of the doubt. Women come with baggage, but we can work through it, and we don't like carry it necessarily. Men carry their baggage with them, and it's so frustrating and it's aggravating.
And they lay it on your fucking table.
Yes, and then you have to be like, okay, I'm helping you.
Right, we work through their baggage.
Yes.
Women trying to make sure that we eliminate we don't expect you to take it either. Like, we don't expect somebody to deal with me if I'm crazy.
And then sometimes it just be stuff that you can't even control, like fucking mommy issues and daddy issues. I can't make your mama be better than, cause she a crack hoe. I can't make your mama not be a crack hoe.
No. Her views do not reflect the entire cast. I'm away with words of podcast. That's crazy.
A crack hoe.
That was a very tough choice of words.
No, seriously though, but like when men will have these issues, these mommy issues, like say or just daddy issues, mommy or daddy issues stemming from something that happened so long ago. Not necessarily anything that ever, for instance, oh my God, I hate to do this. My ex,
I hate to do this.
His father has always been around, like always been in his life, always been consistent, you know, but he has an issue with the way, like he does certain things, and I feel like it plays like a big way in like the way he carries himself, and it's just like, bro, you can't act like that.
Gotta let that go.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating.
No, parental issues are real, yo. Like parental, like you really gotta. That's something that I really feel like, because I'm learning this. I'm 25 years old. I've been in, you know, a couple of relationships, only one of which that I really took seriously. But
Damn.
one thing that I know is that we are really a reflection of our parents in some way, and we have to like take that by the reins before we get involved with people. Like, because the last situation that I was in, I just realized like how like non-committal I am, and I don't think that that's an issue. It's just that like on the surface I really want to be, you know, like I get into a situation, I meet somebody, I like them, and that's all my focus is. My focus is I like you, and then everything in my mind is like, so what comes next is like we're monogamous to each other, and we're like, this is what we do. Like we, you know, become boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. But then on the inside, it's like I don't be wanting to. Like I just don't want to. Like, so I have to be honest with myself about those things, and then it's difficult to be honest with other people, because how do you tell a nigga that and a nigga not think that it's him? You know?
Well, I mean, especially
and that's the thing, because he's sensitive.
And or especially because it's like you're a woman, so like, how can you not want to be married?
Yeah, I'm 25. I'm supposed to be ready to fucking lay down and have kids and like do all this shit.
I think it's hard too if you backtrack.
That's what you do.
Like, I think it's one thing like when you
squat and have kids.
I think it's one thing when you're adamant about something like from jump, but I think it's hard to backtrack. I think it's hard to start something with somebody and then like come back later and be like, okay, no, like I rethought this is what I want. Because then, like you said, it's very hard for somebody's brain to like grasp that concept. Like we were just cool. So it's like, why are you backtracking now?
And I do that a lot. Like that happened, like I told you with the last guy, like a few years ago. Literally, it's like I woke up that morning and like it was heavy on my chest. Like I was like, I have to tell him today that I can't do this no more. And it was like, my nigga, we was just in hotel rooms for my birthday, like having everything was fine.
Right.
And so, you know, and the same thing with this last relationship, like I totally egged it on and pursued it. I was like, oh, boom, like
that's my man.
This is my man, like exactly, and was like on that, and then all of a sudden I was just like, and not even because of other people. It's not even an issue with monogamy with me. It's just that like I have been struggling lately with just like the lack of an option. Like I don't want to, like, it's not even that I really want to go and like fuck other people or see other people or date anybody, but it's just like the knowing, like it's like crippling to me knowing that I literally can't if I did want to. Like then I'm like,
you just don't want the pressure of it.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like I'm gonna want the pressure of it when I find the person that I'm really, really that into. Like, it just hasn't been like that in a very long time. And I have to be honest with myself about that, and I have to be honest with anybody that I fuck with. Like, you know, I gotta tell them off jump. I gotta be like, yo, so this is what I'm coming with. I don't really commit, but
I don't really commit, but I'm loyal.
But I'm loyal.
But I'm loyal.
That's true, and I recycle. So if you had one cycle with me, you probably gonna come back. Because I do recycle these niggas and these bitches too.
True. One more knock it the fuck off. Well, I don't know if one more, but I have another knock
I don't think I have one.
To Tyrese. Tyrese has been all over social media for a bunch of random reasons. Be lifted in prayer. I know recently he's been going through some stuff about his daughter and like his ex-wife claiming that he abused her. And I don't even want to touch on that. I don't want to touch on that. What I do want to touch on is this little beef he started with The Rock. Now,
that's still happening?
Has been all over, because other people have gotten involved now because they've been making fun of him. So, but Tyrese has been all over social media writing these book-long captions to pictures talking about how The Rock is like unloyal to the Fast and Furious family because they want to branch off and give him his own movie based off of his character on Fast and the Furious. And Tyrese is pissed. And I just feel like you're a grown man in the entertainment industry.
What is the issue?
You're mad because as an actor, he's making a movie. Like, I just don't understand. Like, so you thought The Rock has had a career way before he ever got a part of Fast and Furious. So you thought that once he became a part of Fast and Furious family, nothing else mattered. No other role. Everything would be subpar compared to Fast and Furious. And then all The Rock's comments have been like, treating him basically, because all The Rock be doing is like posting videos of him working out like, all right, little man, like that's all he be doing. Like, so yeah, like The Rock is very like, you know, he says like passive aggressive things. Like he doesn't outright say anything to him. I like that. Dwayne just be like, he just be like, I can't call him The Rock. I'm getting this money and I'm buff and like whatever, like, and I'll see you when we do start filming for the next one, but you're gonna have to wait. Like, and that's the thing too. It's not like they're not getting what is this, 8 or 9?
Yeah,
I don't know which one it'll be, but they're already been greenlit for the next movie, so they're going to make another one.
But if they didn't, that would be great.
Tyrese is only mad because they're gonna have to wait on filming till he finishes filming his other movie.
It's like
you mad like Jody because you don't have nothing, and we all know how I feel about Jody. And if you don't, please go look at my blog post that I wrote a while back about Baby Boy. Because Jody definitely disgusts me.
It's a good read. No, for real.
It's a good read.
Because it really lights up the whole, like, all of the things.
He's
you can't be fondling your
Jody had no arc in character throughout that movie. He started out a bum, and he ended a bum.
He had a peak selling them damn dresses out of his trunk. He was on the top of his career.
He never got a car. He was still driving Yvette's car. He never got a place to go. He had a second baby
with his girlfriend, not his wife.
His fiance.
His fiance.
He had a second baby with his fiance.
But I'm saying that when they show at the end that she has this ring and that she's pregnant, but nothing changed in this man's life. He couldn't even kill the nigga that tried to rape her in front of her son. He couldn't even handle that. He chased them and then punked out. And P, the real nigga he is, had to handle it. Like, so Jody wasn't tough.
Not the real nigga.
He wasn't a gangster. He wasn't a gangster.
No, he wasn't.
He didn't have a job, so he wasn't a working man. He had no real place in life.
All he had was a dick.
Right. That's it.
And it was for everybody.
And even his other baby mama, Peanut, got sick of that. She was like, look, I'll call you
when I want some dick. And you can find a way over here.
She was like, how you gonna get here? We all know that Yvette dumped you, so you ain't got no car.
Like, she was really sick of the shit. No, Peanut was done with it.
His mom was a horrible mom.
Yeah,
she was a little wild. And they brushed over that like it was okay
gotta have a life too.
At the end. Like,
Mama gotta have a life.
You kicked your other son out and he got killed in the streets, which is what they said. Then you let
was he an adult?
Either way, he got
I'm just
killed.
playing devil's advocate.
Then you let this big swole nigga straight out the pen
whoop Jody ass.
Beat his ass. He planted weed in your garden. Just gave you a kiss and said sorry. He said, it won't happen again. And then looked at Jody like
he broke the table.
And nobody said nothing. She was like, you got your own life.
That's as good as I need that money. That's just as good. That's just as good.
But okay, yeah, that's to Tyrese and Jody as a whole.
Oh God. Okay, so knock the fuck off to Tyrese.
And Jody.
Well, they said they're gonna make a baby boy too.
And I fucking hope they don't. I hope they
He's not gonna be doing nothing. I want them to, so we can see his character doing the same shit.
Okay. So, and more positive and more all right, we gotta wrap up. We're getting crazy.
Bye.
And more you a badass kid. You a bad kid. When mama come up to you and say, "We finna leave if you don't stop acting up." Bye.
Never
you bad as fuck. You bad as fuck. No. Oh my God. Why y'all breaking stuff? Oh my God. Okay. So okay. Just to brush over the other segments that are more positive than knock it the fuck off, such as Life is a Catalog. Life is a Catalog is our theory. It's actually not our theory. I just remember where I got that from because I started rereading this book. It's called The Power by Rhonda Byrne. And it's this theory that life is a catalog, and everything that you see and experience, you can say yes to it, and you can be positive about it, and you don't fill yourself with like jealousy. Like sometimes we see people in like a really, really nice car, and you're like, I wish I had a nice car. Like my fucking car weak as fuck. But you got to understand that you wouldn't have seen that car if you weren't on the frequency to receive something just as great. So you have to say yes, and you have to praise, and you got to be grateful, and you got to be excited when you see things that you enjoy, and not let yourself be held back by the negativity of you being sad because you don't have that thing. You have to understand that the universe is presenting it to you, and you have to say yes to it. So we'll do that every once in a while. Anybody got one today? I saw a big ass dick the other day, and now I know. And I'm on the frequency to receive
some big dick.
Really big dick.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I'm kidding.
No, so you haven't seen big dick?
Probably dead ass.
No,
Was it the big dick?
Oh. First of all, we got 2 mics, so you you whispered right into the other one. Was it the dick?
Who cares?
She's loose. I was gonna say like, who cares? Like, cause we're honest here, or we have fun here. Not who cares? Cause she's
not
loose.
loose.
I'm not
tingling
loose.
and tight. Her click.
Her
Her click is tight.
That's like with a Q too. Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Okay, I'm sorry. So, do you have a Life as a Catalog? I'm sorry. I was just a loser. She's had way too many martinis.
No way!
I'm gonna get in the car with her. Oh my
God.
It's like, well, no way. I'm sorry. Okay. So, do you have a Life as a Catalog? You said no?
No.
You don't have a Life as a Catalog? Okay, moving on to the last segment. It's called Truth and Dare. Truth and Dare is another theory that we have here. Of course, it's a play on words of truth or dare, but it's truth and dare because it's to recognize your truth and dare yourself to either love it or change it. Because sometimes there are things about us and we can get caught up in complaining. Like, I can look in the mirror and be like, I wish I didn't have a gut. Blah, 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 whatever. Mm-hmm. But you got to decide, is that true? Is it true to me that I have a gut? Is it true to me that I don't enjoy it? Is it true to me that I don't like it? And the dare is to change your perception of it. Either A, do something about it so you can stop complaining, or B, learn to love it. Either A, this is what I look like, and this is what it's going to be, and I'm going to love it, or B, I don't like this, and I'm going to change it. But the idea is to not wallow in complaints, and not, because when you speak that, it just keeps coming back to you. It comes back to you. Like, that's why a year later, you like, damn, wasn't I just talking last year about how I didn't like my weight and I was doing something about it? And but it was that talking about how you didn't like it that got you back to the same position. So you gotta talk. You gotta praise.
I'm gonna play on that then. So I'm gonna say my truth is that I am.
She gonna play on that.
My truth is that I am unhappy with my recent weight gain, and I am gonna dare myself to go sign up at a gym. And if anybody wants to work out with me, please don't ask me because I need to work out by myself. Are you kidding me? You dick sucking on my journey to fat.
You had a real goal. I heard, like, I could hear, like, the actual, like.
She swallows.
So.
Okay.
I have what is truth and dare.
Dirty. Yes.
So my truth and dare is I'm a writer, and I feel like now that I'm so busy, with like motherhood and whatnot, and then aside from either being here with these ladies or raising my child, I'm trying to sleep in all other moments.
Yeah.
So I complain about not being able to write as much, not being able to read as much, because that's really who I am, and it kind of takes me out of my character. Sometimes I don't feel like myself because I'm not doing the things I'm accustomed to doing. But so my dare is to just really, bite the bullet and make sure that I find time for myself, like, to write. Like, even if I don't get all the sleep that I needed, like, I need to do it just for me, so I can feel better, so my spirit can feel better.
And she's a really
great
great
to make
writer.
the sacrifices. So
that's why I had to swoop you up. Mm-hmm. Woo! That's great. I love that.
What's your truth and dare?
My truth and dare is kind of just an ongoing process of me, like, really practicing what I preach when it comes to this positivity stuff. Because y'all saw me break down the other night. But it's moments like those where I have to just, like, be present. And I got to understand, like, what I'm feeling right now. And that's not it. Like, I could be sad. Like, I could sit here and cry all day. But that's not the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I have to focus on the next thing and the next positive thing. And I got to put my effort towards that. So really it's just practicing what I preach when it comes to positivity. Wow, bitch.
I just had a realization.
Tell me more.
Are you done? Oh, that was your realization? Yeah. She just said today, you guys heard it first. She just said she's never been drunk before. She's only been tipsy. And here we are. You guys are
Tati and her dude. Tati and her dude. Tati and my dude. Tati and my dude. And with that, we're going to go
lame. They're lame.
With that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, as you should be all the fucking time. Because here's the thing. Let me tell you something. For real.
I'm like, they should always be rapping.
Yes.
Like, make a show of your life.
No.
It's like,
die.
I didn't know what you meant.
Just die. No. Everybody stay alive. But also, it's very important that you use condoms, y'all. Like, for real. You gotta really be secure in your relationship and trusting before you take them fucking rubbers off. Don't do it any other time. You can get all types of STIs. You a goofy bitch.
She doesn't care.
Feels better. All right.
So that's what I do. So
tell that to your herpes outbreak when it happens. Just kidding. That won't happen to you. See, life is a catalog. That's not. You got to
tell that to my pussy when it's squirted.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Put that on YouTube.
Okay, thank you so much. Please continue to do all the things that you've always done, and now you can do even more things because we're going to be on YouTube. So make sure that comment, like, subscribe, comment and like. And also follow us on all the places to be followed. You can follow us at Away With Words, the podcast, on Instagram, Tumblr, and Facebook. You can catch me at Bree.stories on Instagram, Bree_stories on TwitTwat, Asia at Asia everywhere. That's everywhere.
I'm about to delete my Twitter, though.
Why?
Because it's too much. It's kind of confusing to me now.
I love Twitter.
I say whatever I want anywhere else.
And probably 6
I'm
months.
hit or miss with Twitter, but when I'm hit, it's lit. It's fun.
Yeah, I love it when I actually.
Words.
If I tell myself like I'm about to get on Twitter, I love it. But I just don't.
I'm so excited to get back on social media. Anyway, whatever.
Today?
No, I'm gonna go back on the 1st of November, the date that this drops, and also you can catch Tati at Tati AYE.
Yeah,
Tati on Instagram, and she's Hey Tati on TwitTwat. So make sure you kick it with her.
Snapchat?
Don't follow her on Snapchat. She be having her titties out. I'm just kidding.
I was like, no, don't.
Just kidding. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm so excited. Season 2, we in this bitch. Better get crunk. Eyebrows.
The fuck.
Okay, bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
See you next week. We on fleek.